Okay, I got one cut out. I didn't cut that one out then. I want to touch on something else first before I show you how to finish it up. The trout lines. You know, you can go ahead and just tie your stuff, tie your leaders on your main line. But you go out there, you pull them up, you got a mess. You got your lines all tangled up. Your drop lines ain't no good no more because the fish you got on there done destroyed it, broke off, broke free. Sometimes your trout lines might be in two separate pieces. You gotta pull one up over there, broke in the middle somewhere, and you gotta go find the other end of it, made up. What stopped a lot of that for me is I put swivels on my trout lines. I make my own trout lines. I was buying them from Walmart with them, I got it out here with me. Just them little 25 hook lines, got the little blue beads on it, and little clips. Goes with these little clips, and you just squeeze the clip, put it on the trout line itself and let it go. It has a swivel on the bottom of it, and you tie your leader to it. Well, that swivel is a lifesaver. But the trout lines, for the money they want for them, I don't think they're worth it. I don't think they're very good. I just assume go ahead and go out and buy the line. This is that 350-pound line I get at Walmart. And it's pretty much all this juiced up. But anyway, I'll go ahead and I'll buy some offshore swivels. This is like a 150-pound swivel. And say you want yourself a 25 lead trout line, you go ahead and put 25 of these on the string. Then you go ahead, you pick your space out, how far you want the thing down in there. Say I want this one about that far. You take it, you just loop it around on itself where you got to loop. Just take your fingers and twist it. Open up the gap, pull the swivel up through the hole, and then just slide back shut. And then just pull it and tighten it up. And there you go. You're making your own trout line. It's costing you a hell of a lot less money. You got a swivel on there that's going to help you go ahead and save your lines. And you go ahead and put about a foot on there, tie your hook on the one end, and go ahead and secure it to this end. And I'll tell you what, man, it's a lot cheaper than buying things from Walmart. Okay, back to stowing the trout line. I've got this one already on here, and I really don't need to go ahead and make another reel right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you all with this one. Now, I got two trout lines on this one. I got the 10-aught mustard hook for a live bait line, and I got some smaller ones. I think there's about 10 hooks, 10 smaller hooks on here too. And that's for a cut bait line. I just put them on there. It was so little hooks on there, so I went ahead and I put my bigger ones on there. But when you roll this thing up, you want to make sure that the line with the hook don't have no slack in it. The trout line, the black line itself, it can have slack in it, but you don't want the hook to have any slack. But if you go ahead and find a place to put that on there, when you roll that around there, you make sure that hook's tight. Go ahead and pull it around there. Now see, the green line's tight and the black line's slack. That's not going to cause any problem when you go ahead and unload it, when you go to put it out. But I do suggest don't put two trout lines on the same reel, because it gets a little aggravating. I did it at the time because I didn't have another spare section cord reel, and I didn't think it'd be a big deal. If I go to use that at night, trying to put the trout line out, I won't be upset. But I can't blame nobody but myself, and that's how I got these set up on here. I went ahead and made my loops, put my spools on If it ain't tight, you're gonna have a mess. I got a little bit of slack here. So I gotta move it back a little more. There you go, it's tight, man. But this will save you a lot of nightmare.